I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. After highs this afternoon in the upper 90s to the low 100s, a cold front continues to drop to the south. Scattered thunderstorms remain possible this late afternoon to the early overnight hours. A few of the storms could be severe, mostly from 5 p.m. to midnight. Hazards include wind gusts over 60 and some quarter-size hail. With that cold front slowly dropping south tomorrow, highs still top out in the 90s for Nebraska to the low 100s over northern Kansas. Heat index readings over 100 remain possible over far southeast Nebraska, along with north central and northeastern Kansas. Thunderstorms a possibility for tomorrow night, but mostly to the southeast of the Tri-Cities. More widespread thunderstorms are possible Wednesday night through Friday night when thunderstorms develop across the west and track to the east. Weaker disturbances may trigger a few more thunderstorms over the weekend. Our daytime highs bottom out in the upper 70s to the mid-80s on Saturday before we see a slight rebound into the 80s to the low 90s on Sunday. There's not much hope of a big cooling trend in our long-term forecast. Nebraska and Kansas temperatures this weekend through the first 7 days of July expected to be mostly warmer than normal, especially in the middle of next week through July 7th. Rain chances continue this weekend through July 7th with slightly above normal rainfall predicted for Nebraska and Kansas. We better appreciate those rain chances when we get them, though. Taking a look at our forecast for the month of July in Nebraska and Kansas, above normal temperatures and slightly below normal rainfall is predicted. You can see those maps on our KRVN Facebook page. Key weather factors impacting the markets include flooding rain in the northwestern Corn Belt, heat across the southern U.S., wet weather in parts of northwest Europe, and limited rain for the Black Sea region. The core of the eastern heat wave has built into the southern U.S. and merged with the high heat on the plains. Temperatures today push well into the 90s across the southeastern U.S. and Gulf Coast states and reach our top 100 on the central and southern plains. For the central and southern plains, the heat is stressful to crops when it exists, but northern areas are seeing better rain and mostly good conditions for developing corn and soybeans. A strong cold front currently entering northern Montana brings more substantial heat relief as it sweeps across the eastern half of the U.S., clearing the east coast by Thursday. As the front encounters a hot and humid air mass, it generates heavy rain and severe thunderstorms. Areas at greatest risk for severe weather and locally excessive downpours include the central Corn Belt tomorrow and the northeast, mid-Atlantic, lower Corn Belt, and northern Delta on Wednesday. That front expected to largely dissipate across the deep south by Thursday. In the meantime, an influx of moisture from both the western Gulf of Mexico and the southwest monsoon full of moisture lead to increasing rain chances across the Rockies and the plains by midweek, though Texas remains dry. Towards the Midwest, the pattern staying active well into July, a favorable outlook, but northwestern areas of the Midwest would like to see a break from the rain. In Europe, scattered rain moved through most areas over the weekend, keeping the northwestern parts of Europe too wet. Rain in southeast Europe this week is a benefit to the drought areas. For the Black Sea region, most areas are still unfavorably dry. Rain in the Black Sea region this week and next likely to be limited. Large moisture deficits and heat in the Black Sea region are likely to be adverse for developing corn and sunflowers. With the check of your ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.